Pope Francis died on Easter Monday, April 21st, 2025, at the age of 88 at his residence in the Vatican's Casa Marta. At 9:45 a.m., Cardinal Farrell, Camerlengo of the Holy Roman Church, announced the death of Pope Francis from the Casa Marta. At 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the home of the Father. Farrell said, his entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church. The director of the Holy See press office, Matteo Bruni, told journalists later on Monday that the late Pope's body could be transferred to St. Peter's Basilica on Wednesday morning so that the faithful may pray before his mortal remains. The translation of the Holy Father's mortal remains to the Vatican Basilica for the veneration of all the faithful may take place on the morning of Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, according to the arrangements that shall be determined and communicated tomorrow, following the first congregation of the cardinals, Mr. Bruni said. The Pope was admitted to the Agostino Gemelli Polyclinic Hospital on Friday, February 14th, 2025, after suffering from a bout of bronchitis for several days. Pope Francis' clinical situation gradually worsened, and his doctors diagnosed bilateral pneumonia on Tuesday, February 18th. After 38 days in hospital, the late Pope returned to his Vatican residence at the Casa Santa Marta to continue his recovery. In 1957, in his early 20s, Jorge Mario Bergoglio underwent surgery in his native Argentina to remove a portion of his lung that had been affected by a severe respiratory infection. As he aged, Pope Francis frequently suffered bouts of respiratory illnesses. In April 2024, the late Pope Francis approved an updated edition of the liturgical book for papal funeral rites, which will guide the funeral mass, which has yet to be announced. According to Archbishop Diego Ravelli, Master of Apostolic Ceremonies, the late Pope Francis had requested that the funeral rites be simplified and focused on expressing the faith of the Church in the risen body of Christ. The renewed rite, said Archbishop Ravelli, seeks to emphasize even more that the funeral of the Roman pontiff is that of a pastor and disciple of Christ and not of a powerful person of this world. Francis made his final public appearance a day earlier on Easter Sunday, though he had delegated the celebration of the Easter Mass to another cardinal. Francis also made a surprise ride in the square in his Pope mobile, drawing wild cheers and applause.